So this brings me to my last question for the night, which is from James Lofgren, who says, my question to you is, do you have any questions for us? It's a lovely question to end on. It's a very sweet question, James. Thank you. I do have a question for you guys to end on. And my question is this. What do you want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to do? I know what I want to do. I want to keep doing these messages. I want to do the virtual presidency stuff. I want to produce people who deserve to be heard, and so I want to do that. I also want to do these movies, because these movies are a way to reach people in a way that they never could be reached otherwise. And so when we open this thing up in a couple of weeks, we're going to be showing how we can do all of those things better than we've done them in the past, much better. So ultimately, it really comes down to the core deployment of the philosophy we share, right? Ultimately, the philosophy we share is that we're free people, we're individual citizens, there's no coercion. No one's making you watch this show, no one's making you pay me, no one's making me do this. I do it because I enjoy it. If you think I'm good at it, then it's something you enjoy. I like the fact that it's free. It needs to stay free. But there's no buts. There's going to be more, and it's going to be free. For those of you who have the means to be able to help us do more, then one of the questions I have for you is, would you be willing to do more? Nobody understands better than I do. No one. But you just have to take my word for this. Better than I do. What it's like to live a life without reserve capital. So if anybody is out there for an instant feeling the slightest tinge of guilt or anything like that, please spare yourself and spare me. I'm a guy who freeloaded through life for most of his life. But now things are really coming together, and we've got a chance to really do some good and make a difference. And if you have the means to help us do that, we'll ask you to help us. And if you don't, that's okay, because I know for an absolute fact that everybody watching this wants to. And I really mean this when I say, in this economy especially, it is a brutal, brutal time to be out there doing that. But we're going to get out there and we're going to do it. We're going to do the free frontier too. We're going to do all those things. We're going to just get out there and do the best we can and have fun. And that's about all you can ask, I guess. So if you haven't been to BillWhittle.com yet, right now it's just a sign-up page. If you go to BillWhittle.com and enter your email, we'll give you advance notice of what we're doing, and we'll give you inside story on this, give you a chance to kind of get in early. There's not, again, it's all free, so it's not like we're going to lock people out, but we will keep you informed and move this whole thing up, and then it'll be a chance to stay on top of that. By the way, we don't sell that email list, and we don't do anything with it other than communicate directly with you. So if you want to put your name in there, we'd love to have it, and we can start doing that. And somebody just mentioned T-shirts, and yeah, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to have a wizard store, and in that wizard store, we're going to have different. The beautiful thing about what we do is we have like different design elements. So one of the things we're going to have in that store is we're going to have a BillWhittle.com kind of design line with those kind of colors and that logo. And there's going to be a virtual presidency design line with those colors and those logos. There'll be a Stratosphere Lounge design line with those colors and that logo. And all of it will be there. And this private space program too, and movies, the whole thing. I'm just, for the first time in my life, ever, I've discovered the power of having resources, and the good that you can do if you are frugal. That's a really important term, frugal with your resources. Frugality to me doesn't mean miserliness. It just means that a resource, a dollar sitting on the table is a precious commodity. Something can happen with that dollar. And so frugality means a commitment to making sure that you get as much motion out of that token as you possibly can. That doesn't mean you're afraid to spend them, and it doesn't mean you don't understand that sometimes you have to move a lot of them. But it does mean that it's a moral sin, in my opinion. It is a moral sin to waste the potential of a dollar. It's a sin to waste it through carelessness, laziness, lack of attention to detail. People make mistakes. Sometimes you make expensive mistakes. Those are honest mistakes. We learn from those. That's okay. But the ability to move, to do a unit of work with that dollar is limited by the maximum amount of work that dollar will do. And frugality is a commitment to making sure that you are doing your very level best to maximize the work that those tokens can do. And it is BillWhittle.com. BillWhittle.net is something that's just about to get blended into this giant mix of things. So anyway, about to launch a marketing program and all this other stuff. We've got some tremendous concept art for a couple of movies. We're getting Aurora textured. I hired a concept artist to do some creature studies. We put that up on the Facebook page. We'll be telling you about that too. We've got people like Lida who are just fantastic. People like Kara at imkara.com, which is not political. Imkara.com is there's nothing political about it. I like that. It's just a really decent person singing really good music, and somebody who's clean and good and talented and pleasant and good to listen to, and it's an honor to be a part of that. So that's what we're gonna do. And you're gonna have to forgive the tease aspect of this. I'd love to just come out and tell you all about this, but obviously certain things have to kind of come into place, and then other things can kind of get released and revealed. But it's going to be happening pretty quick now. It's going to be big. And that is 2 hours and 2 minutes of Stratosphere Lounge episode number 37. I'll get 36 up as soon as I can. As always, thank you so much for your time and your support and your comments. I read them all, I hardly ever get to answer them, but I read them all. And it's keeps me going, just gets me up and gets me out. And the final thing I suppose I'd like to say, in closing all this other stuff, is just to remind you of something that I'm constantly aware of and never lose track of, and that is that none of this stuff is me. I don't invent any of this stuff. I didn't come up with it. I didn't invent it. It's not I didn't fight for it. I didn't die for it. I don't risk my life for it. I'm a spokesperson. I'm a photographer. I take a picture of the things that we would like to see, and I have the ability maybe to paint a picture of things that we have in common. But this is not me, and it's not about me. It's not about me at all. This, I think, is the fundamental difference between us and them, especially between your virtual president and the sitting president. The beauty of everything that we believe in is that it is a belief system, and it is a system. It is a moral code, and it is an intellectual construction so that you can execute that morality in the real world. And that machine, that mechanism of having a moral code coupled with a practical philosophy for the execution of that in the world, is something that is reproducible by everybody, was invented by everybody, was not created out of my mind or anybody else's, was something we all got together and figured out how to do. And so it's just an enormous honor to be a spokesperson for these ideas that we all share together. And it would be a horrible, 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 horrible dereliction in to close without saying that I fully appreciate how little of this really is me. It's just not. It's out there. And to the degree that I've had the ability to flap my jaws about it to some effect, it's a great honor, great privilege. Boy, that thing earlier with the guy about the what is a crime and who are you to say, that was kind of fun, wasn't it? Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. I hope it'll be next week, but it'll be soon. Have a great night, everybody. Be careful out there. We'll see you. Bye-bye.